Hi, everybody. I want to do an update conversation with you today and a couple of different thoughts. I want to talk about cancer update. I want to talk about frustration with my sweet little puppy. And I want to talk about my hair. So let's get started. First of all, on my cancer update, it was the basal cell, and I've just finished up week 2. So at the end of week 3, I go in and get the stitches out, and it's healing pretty good. So I feel all right about that. And I had to restrict my walking and things because he didn't want me doing anything to loosen a stitch. So I'm doing okay with that. I think I told you that my oldest daughter, who's 58, or I lose track. I know I told you once, I lose track. Anyway, she's 59, I think. Yeah, oh my goodness, she's going to be 60 next August. Okay, here's a question for you. She's going to be 60 next August. What do I do for her? I assume that her husband will have a party for her. Maybe she'll throw her own party. I don't know. And I live in my mobile home park, so I can't throw a big enough party for her. She's got that huge house, so she'll probably do that. I know I'm off subject, but I just thought about that. And so what do I do for my 60-year-old daughter? Is anybody old enough to have a 60-year-old daughter? I would say child, but I think specifically it needs to be a daughter. If you have any ideas or suggestions, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. You can just leave in the comments below. So anyway, she had a melanoma on her shoulder blade. And she went in yesterday for surgery on that. And she said they did 22 stitches, I believe 20 or 22 stitches. And the doctor said when he cleaned everything out and stitched her up, he said, I'm pretty sure that we got it before it took root. And on that thought, when the doctor took mine out, my daughter asked him, can you tell if you got it all or not? And he said no. He said it only shows up in the microscope and the testing that they do. And so if you can join me in prayer for the next couple of weeks, that my daughter's does come back clear, I'd be grateful for that. So there's that. And then my friend Bob, I told you he had prostate cancer, but we didn't have any answers or anything yet. So he's done all of his testing now. And the last test, the hope was that it was contained within the prostate. And his doctor, his regular MD, did not alert him soon enough that there was a spike in his PSA count. And it was a 1.9 spike, and they said anything over 0.8 needs to be referred to a urologist, and he did not do that for almost another year and a half. Although it continued to spike, he didn't do anything. So I'm disappointed in him, but it's Bob's doctor. I can't do anything about that. So it's in his prostate. Now that we've got all the tests, it's on the outside, and it's in 3 or 4 of his lymph nodes. And so we went to the urologist, and after we had this information, for him to guide us and give us some direction. And he, to me, I should say, just as far as I felt, he was very rude, he was very inconsiderate, and he didn't even have the report from the lab. Bob had it because he'd gotten it from his MD, and so he had to show him that one, and they took a copy of that to put in his file. So the doctor reads over that, and he throws the paper down on the desk, and he said, well, talk to your oncologist. I'm done with you. I can't heal you, so I'm done with you. Right? That's rude. That's just rude. So I left there very upset. And so then 3 days later, we already had an appointment to see the radiology oncologist. Those are hard words with all the L's to put together. And so we saw him, and he just made me cry because he was so kind, understanding, considerate, detailed, answered every question we had and filled in the gaps in between, frontwards, backwards, and every which way. He dotted every T. He crossed every T and dotted every I. And so he was wonderful. And there's going to be about a 3-month transition through the beginning of this process for Bob, and the about 5 to 6 weeks of it is when he has the radiation treatments, and he has to go in for 10 minutes every day, 5 days a week for these treatments for 4 or 5 weeks. Doctor will depend. And so from what I hear, and the doctor kind of confirmed this, that the biggest thing is that he's going to be tired. And I know I've reached out to 1 or 2 of you here that have someone that has had prostate cancer, and that was what you said as well. The biggest thing was the tiredness. And so I'm going to try and encourage him with some things that you guys shared to do so that he doesn't just do nothing. You know, he has to get up and move, and so I'll do the best I can on that. But when he goes in and has something inserted ahead of time before the radiation starts to make sure they get the right spots, they're going to give him morphine. I'll give him grace on that day. He is going to be wiped. They gave him a Valium when they took the biopsy, and he was out all day. I can only imagine what it will be like with the morphine. So anyway, that's where he is in all of that. And the doctor said, you know, we would have been happier had it just been in the prostate, but it isn't. So we're going to treat this, and we will reduce it, and we will kill the cells. But he said you'll have to be checked every 3 to 6 months because it probably will come back. And so there's that. And then future treatments if that happens. But he can lead a normal life except for the time he's on radiation, which is 4 to 5 weeks. And then he's on another medication that he has to take from the the medical oncologist, that one I can say. And he has to take that one for at least 2 years. We see her again on the 9th of October, and maybe she'll tell us something different, maybe longer, but probably not shorter. But I think sounds like the hardest time is just going to be the 4 to 6 weeks with the radiology oncologist. So that's myself, Debbie, my daughter, and Bob. I wanted to talk about my dog. I love my dog. Some of you have seen her walking back and forth through here. And if I can remember, I've got a gate because there was a time with my old carpet that she went over in a corner behind me here, or behind you, back over there. And she peed and pooped over there a lot. The carpet was already shot, and I didn't have a gate yet, and so I just couldn't keep her away from it. And she was a puppy. And so I've had this new carpet in here for a little over a year, and she has had some privileges. When I'm in here, I've opened the gate so she could come in. And she's 7 now. She's not a puppy anymore. This was so clean. There was new rug, new padding, and new flooring underneath put in. So there was no smell of any kind to attract her to go back over there and go, except her own memory. So she's been really good, and she hasn't been there in a long time. I mean, since it was new, she's not done anything. And a couple of months ago, I found a spot over there on the corner. And so I have a little machine that will help me get the spot out and the smell. And so, cute story how I got that, but I don't want to take time for that now. So anyway, I have this machine, and I was out of the liquid for it. So I ordered the liquid. Then I had my problem with my hip, and I couldn't move around much. And so now my hip is doing better. I'm just on the last week of healing. And so I'm going to clean the spot that has dried now. And then she did a new spot this morning. She peed and pooped. So I told her, like she understood what I said, you have lost your living room privileges. She loves to be where I am when I'm there. She has a bed in my office, and when I go to my office, she's in there. She has a bed in my bedroom. When I'm in the bedroom or the bathroom, she goes in there and she'll lay in her bed or on my bed. And when I'm in here, she comes in and lays on the carpet. And then my family room, she's on the furniture. So she's lost her living room privileges completely, so long as I can remember to shut the gate. And I feel absolutely terrible about that. I hate to do it, but I have to. I can't. So that's my puppy story. I'm very sad that I can't let her in here, but she can't ruin this brand new carpet. She just can't. I won't allow it. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today was my hair. I am between and everything with my hair. I came on here another video and asked you bangs or no bangs. And so they're still a little too long to bring all the way over, but I did cut them short enough that they're not peeled over like they were before. So I'm kind of liking this. This is okay for me. My dilemma is I was going to get it like 2 inches cut off of it because I just felt like it was dragging me down. And so I'm like, I don't want to look older than 80. And so I was thinking I need to cut it a little and lift me up. And then I got a new product that my daughter just gave me, and I've been using it with my other products I was using, and it's given me a little more curl and wave, and it almost looks like a, what would you say, 1940s look? Would you say maybe that? And so I'm kind of liking it, but I don't want it to drag me down. And I go in 5 days, 4 days, 4 or 5 days, to get it cut or trimmed. So I can get a trim and it'll stay about the length it is, although with my collagen it grows like a weed, or I can take an inch or 2 off. So you guys have a couple of 3 days to give me your opinions and your thoughts on whether I should keep it the length it is or trim it a little. And it may make a whole difference on this wavy look, or I may still have the wavy look, it'll just be shorter, which was also a 40s or 20s. I don't know, 20s, 30s, 40s. When did all the waves and stuff come in? And so my living room fits that style. And so I have never had this look on my hair before, so I'm kind of liking it. And, I'm thinking about changing a few of my wardrobe pieces to go along with the look on the hair. Would that be fun? So I'd like your thoughts on my hair. Trim it, keep it the way it is. Do you like the waves? Do you like my bangs a little more down, but maybe not all the way across? And what do you think about adding a couple of pieces of clothing to my wardrobe that goes along with the hair? And if you can tell me if it was 20s, 30s, or 40s, because that'll help me know what kind of clothes to look for when I start Googling stuff. So I need lots of questions answered. I hope you guys take the time to share some information with me below on your thoughts. And if you're new to my channel today, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed my rambling of my thoughts and things that are going on in my life. And I'm really looking forward to some of your suggestions in some of the things that I've asked about. And I'm grateful always for your thoughts and suggestions. If you're new, please subscribe and you'll be notified. Click the little bell. You'll be notified when I do other videos. And I'd love to have you on my channel so I can come visit you in your living room or wherever you're watching me from every time. And so those of you that have been here for so long, I'm grateful for you. We're coming up on, well, it's been 4 years, a little over 4 years for sure. And I'm coming up on 5 years of losing my husband in February of next year. It'll be 5 years. And I started the videos 6 months after that. So it's about 4 years now, I guess, for this. And so I'm grateful to all of you that have journeyed with me. And I know that we've helped each other. We've laughed together and cried together and given each other tips and ideas. And I want to continue that. And so I guess that's it for now. So thank you for listening and joining me today. And I look forward to your thoughts and ideas. So have a great day. And my clicker evidently needs a battery. So it's worn out, and so I have to use that one until I get a new battery for it. So thanks for joining me. And remember, if nobody else tells you today, I love you. Have an awesome day. Bye for now. I'm going to click the clicker.